Hello everyone, welcome to Haley Moon Tarot. So I'm going to ask a question this time. For those of you who are dealing with someone and you're feeling kind of confused, you're not hearing from this person or they're not communicating either at all or just tossing breadcrumbs. So let's see what it is you need to know. Yeah, so something to do with someone's house and home. It has to do with someone taking a leap of faith here. There's someone who feels a bit like a fool. Yeah, someone hears. It has to do with a person. It has to do with someone's financial foundation. It has to do with someone who's tossing breadcrumbs, dropping hints. They're not really communicating clearly. So I don't know if this is someone who feels like a fool or they're afraid to take a risk. To me, it looks like someone who's afraid to take too much of a risk here. We'll see. We have the Magician. Yeah. Three of Pentacles. So this has to do with spending time together, doing things together. It's someone putting on the brakes. See, they want to be in control. They want to stay in control. Because it looks like it's somebody who like doesn't want to spend time together. They don't want to spend time together. It's getting together, spending time, doing things together. I think this is somebody off on another path here. They could be reaching out to other people too. Let me just put this down. Tell me about the Fool. Why is this here? Because this is someone reflecting on something. See, they're looking before they leap. But I feel this is someone who... I mean, the Magician is someone who has everything they need to manifest their desires, but it's someone putting on the brakes. See, they don't want to do anything together. They don't want to go down this path. This is someone going down a different path. Yeah, this is someone being wearing a mask here. See, not being showing their true self, wearing a mask. They're keeping everything to themselves. They don't want to give anything. Yeah, this is someone focused on self. It's all about me. This is someone on their own path, put it that way. They're just doing their own thing. This is likely someone who either has other people reaching out to them or they're reaching out to other people. But this is someone who often breadcrumbs. Yeah. Tell me about the Four of Wands. Yeah, I see this energy. Four of Wands with the Six of Swords is somebody moving on. See, it's somebody avoiding. See, this isn't avoidant. But this could be somebody moving and relocating, or they're just moving on. Wait, trying to just tossing a little, communicating a little here and there till things calm down. Then they're off on another path. I feel like you got someone who's reaching out to other people. They have other things going on here. Yeah, so someone trying to detach, see? They're trying to detach. But some of you, it's a person too. Like for some of you, I can see, and not a lot of you, to be honest. I just get this little bit of energy here where it's someone who doesn't want to give too much. They drop little hints. They're hoping that you're going to be the one to give them what they want. Because they're focused a lot on self. It's all about me. You see, they're all about themselves. So they're kind of on their own path. Like I say, this is someone taking a leap of faith. This is somebody up to risky business too. But I do feel it's someone who has that, they're detached. It's someone who's just not interested, acting like they're not interested. They're trying to get you to move on. So they're kind of basically dropping hints that way for some of you. But for some of you, it's really just this person who is hoping that you're going to be the one to invite them to your home or something. I would be cautious of this person because this is somebody who here for a good time, not a long time. Yeah, so they're basically trying to detach, hoping that you will just move on. Especially if you're reaching out to them. Yeah, it's the emotional detachment. They could still be attached to someone else from the past too. I wouldn't be surprised, but let's have a look at the Magician. Why is the Magician here? I mean, there's a manipulation. See, it's a form of manipulation. Yeah, it's mischievous. It's somebody who often does that because they don't want to hurt someone or tell them outright that they're moving on. They may have taken a leap of faith. But like I say, it's often somebody who, like I feel, they're just on their own path. They're on their own path, doing their own thing. They're all about themselves. This is somebody who's just not really ready for anything. Tell me about the Magician. Yeah, it connects with the Chariot. Yeah, this is someone here definitely kind of stubborn, stuck, not budging and giving in. Be very careful with someone with this energy. Protect yourself, because this is often someone who's even connected with other people. Well, this person doesn't really have a whole lot to give anyway, but like I say, with the Chariot, it's just often someone who's trying to get the other person to detach by acting like they're not interested, you know. It's like dropping a hint, right? They're hinting at it, like take the hint. So if you get someone who does that, or you reach out to them and that's how they reply, definitely that's the energy. But if it's someone who reaches out to you, they're often wanting you to take the lead, to take control, to invite them to your home. I wouldn't budge or give in to someone like that. Yeah. Yeah, see, this is someone who doesn't really want to do anything together. They don't want to get together. I see this situation possibly ending at some point. I mean, it could be someone who ended something with another person and they're literally just not ready for something else. But, yeah. Tell me about this Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles. Why is it here? Why is this person breadcrumbing? Yeah, they got some baggage. This is someone not responsible, reliable. I mean, you can't rely on this person. I feel like they got some baggage. They don't want to pull their weight. They're not reliable. Basically, they're showing you they're not reliable. Not to rely on them. Wow. Tell me more about the Chariot. Yeah, see, it's all about focusing on the wand. It's all about me. That physical attraction. I would protect yourself from someone who does this, because this is somebody who's just, they're not mature, they're not ready. Yeah, it could be someone who has a choice between two people. So they're basically dropping hints. It's time to move along. Nothing to see here. Yeah, they're not very direct here. I feel like this is someone just kind of like, I don't know, emotionally detached. This is somebody, though, if it's the other way around, like I say, if this is someone reaching out to you, they're dropping hints or trying to get you to take control, to take the lead, for the two of you to come together. But I don't see this going anywhere. And it could be too, some of you got a person who just doesn't see it going anywhere. It's just a lack of interest, I feel. I don't know. I think this is someone just kind of, they don't pull their weight. They don't want to be responsible. They don't want to have to be reliable. You know, they're just kind of doing their own thing here. Yeah, they definitely aren't very confident either. Yeah, this is, like I say, taming the beast here. But this, like I say, I think this is somebody here who just really lacks a lot of strength and confidence. They're just not reliable. They're not, there isn't a strong connection, put it that way. Yeah. Yeah, they don't want to build. See, they're not putting in effort. See, they don't want the work. They don't want to do the work. They don't want to put in effort. They don't want to be reliable. They don't want to be responsible for someone, right? They don't want to have to be places at certain times, things like that. They just, I mean, they could be just focusing on work, but yeah, it's kind of thanks, but no thanks. I feel so those of you, if you're reaching out and they do that, it's just kind of, you know, dropping a hint. But if it's the other way around, this is somebody who often wants the other person to, you know, be the one to invite them over. because they have a little bit of fear of being rejected. You know, that's the energy. See, the risk, taking a risk. They want the other person to be the one to take that risk. So you can look at it either way, but really look at it, be honest with yourself, because there's no point in sitting around wasting for someone who really you can't rely on, where they're not really putting in effort. To me, this is someone who wants the other person to do the work. They want you to do all the work. You invite me to your house, or you be the one to take care of things. I don't see this going anywhere. Yeah, I feel this is, some of you are dealing with someone kind of stuck and stubborn and somewhat selfish too. It could have to do with their money, protecting their money. They don't want to give anything, because when it goes to the next level, you see, things are expected of this person. I don't see this person giving in at all. I think this is something that's probably going to end. Yeah, they definitely could be involved with other people, like I say. I think this is somebody who still hasn't detached from someone else. They got baggage. I feel they still haven't detached. I think this person has other people too. Some of you, they actually are reaching out to other people, people reaching out. But I think this is someone who's with other people too. I would protect myself from this person. Yeah. Tell me about the Death card. Yeah, see, lack of interest. It's ending, not interested. I think you'll lose interest in this person eventually. I know a lot of people are hurting when they reach out and someone doesn't reply or respond, but they just aren't interested. I mean, it's just... And if they are, they want you to do the work. They want you to take all the risks. And I think it's a risk being with someone who's focused on self. So you're not here for a good time, not a long time. This is someone who kind of doesn't really plan on sticking around. They don't know. I mean, they're focused on self. It's all about me, right? I mean, sometimes this person might even communicate something cheerful. See, if you communicate with this person and reach out, and you're kind of cheerful or flirting and they don't react, see, that's just someone showing you it's time to move on. That's what it is. Yeah, this person actually may have other options and opportunities, and I do see that being with other people. Yeah. Yeah, this is someone who just wants to be single. This is the person who's doesn't even know what they want. Like I say, they're not ready for anything. They're not reliable. You would never be able to ride in this person. They'll never pull their weight, put it that way, at least at this point in their life. I do see other options, seeking out other options. Yeah, it's a person who just wants to be single. See, putting on the brakes. Soon as it's time to put it to the next level. See, where you're coming together, or you start going down this path of doing things together, they put on the brakes. Yeah, this isn't going to, I don't see this going anywhere. Yeah, I feel like the message is telling you to go off, get out and socialize, find other people to do things with, and make a connection with someone else, because I don't think this is someone who's, yeah, I mean, Six of Pentacles is often sometimes somebody who's selfish. They don't want to give, or they're just a bit of a user. They take advantage. Once they get what they want, then they lose interest quickly too. Often it's people who lose interest really fast because they're involved with so many people, or have been. So it's not really an age thing. Yeah, saying to trust your intuition, your inner knowing. Okay, I feel like you already know the answers you're seeking. This person keeps secrets. They have other options. I think they just want to be single. And as soon as it's time, it gets to the point where you want to start doing things outside of home, or when you get together, of times where you have gotten together, if you even have, for some of you, that's where they put on the brakes. They don't want to go out. I think this person's keeping you secret. Like I say, they're involved with other people. So they are emotionally detached. They're not emotionally available. Not at all. Very detached, very disinterested, stone face, expression. If you look at this person, if you could look at them through your cell phone when you're texting them, this is what you would see. Yeah, lack of expression, emotion. It's like they just kind of don't care. Not very, to me it just shows overall just a kind of lack of respect. I mean, all it takes is for someone to go, Nice getting to know you, nice to meet you, but I'm just not interested. Maybe you're not my type. That's all they have to do, right? And leave it there. The other person moves along peacefully, calmly. But no. They are a person who lacks confidence, and this is another reason why if they reach out to you, it's their own lack of confidence and inner strength. They want the other person to take the risk. So like I say, if this is somebody who kind of reaches out to you and they're kind of a little bit flirty, right? They want you to invite them. They want you to take all the risks. So like I say, risky business with this person. I wouldn't trust this person as far as I can throw them. They may not be a bad person, but they definitely are keeping secrets. And I feel like you probably already feel that. You already know the answers you're seeking. They just want to be single, or they aren't single. And it is possible you're not the only one, put it that way. Okay? And they could even be in a relationship, who knows, but they're very secretive. I don't see a relationship, but can I say it's often someone who just wants someone to invite them to their house to do all the work. And you know what they want? They're focused on that wand, right? All about me. Yeah, wishing you guys all the best here. I thought I would just ask for those people where you've got the bread crumbing and people, they're just nothing's going anywhere. Yeah, see, making choices, better choices. See, this is somebody who can't make choices. And I really feel it's somebody who could even be back and forth. But see, they put on the brakes with one, they reach out to someone else, then they put on the brakes and they keep doing this. For some, likely not everybody, but yeah, they definitely want to be single. Take care. Bye for now.